can do it from your phone. What I did on Sunday, and it literally took maybe 30 minutes, was I got all of my favorite products and I took a photo with me with my products. And then I used this link. I went to this website. I typed in my Coach ID, which Pat will show you how to do.
So yes, Annie, I guess I don't know how the difference between like if you're on your computer, it makes me go to the coach office and then go to tools and resources and click on coach links and product info, and that brings it up. But when I'm and so it's then here's the two-step process. You put in your coach ID and then you find the product you want. But on your phone, I don't think you need to be signed into your coach office. I think you can just like I usually just Google Beachbody Coach Generator link, Beachbody Coach Generator link, and it pulls up this website without me needing to be signed into my office, which is nice.
Yeah.
And then, like Annie, what you said you did Energize the other day, so like you put
Yep.
your
So I just put in my Coach ID and it's on my phone. So like Pat said, if you do it from your phone, I think it's a little bit easier because you don't have, there's only like, you go to the website, you put your Coach ID in, and then you type in search. And I searched
Energize.
Energize.
Okay, and look at like here's all the Energize.
Yep.
Like any product that has the word Energize in it is going to come
Yep.
up. And you can, I don't know if you guys can see this, but here's the link. And at the very end of this link, this is you got to make sure that it has your coach ID. That's what this website creates for you. But I always just double check that I see it there. So my coach ID right there at the end of the link, that's how I know it's good. And then you can just hit this button to copy.
Yep. Yeah. So what I would suggest doing is like what I did. It took like 30 minutes. I just did like Energize, I did Hydrate, I did my Power Greens, Detox, like some of the products that I just typically always am using. And I took a picture with the product and myself so that I can share like these are some of the products that I literally have been using for the past 10 years. Like no joke. Like I every morning have my Energize, my Hydrate. I bring my Detox with me. So I typed in what the individual product was and then I copied the link. And it's really easy to actually put on your story. So I'm just going to show you guys this really quickly. So this is the link that you can use. So if someone just says to you, I want Energize, I want collagen, I want anything, you can go directly here, put your coach link in and send it directly to the person. But a lot of times, like my mom was saying, is that people aren't, it's going to be a lot of back and forth. They're not always going to, so you want to just have the links available so that if somebody is like, oh, I really need that Energize that girl Annie on Instagram was talking about, it's like on your page, it's on your Instagram. So they can just go right to my page and it will be right there. And I'll show you guys a way that you can just keep it on your page forever.
Can you show how you put it on your story and they change the title?
Yes, so that's what I'm going to do. But first I wanted to just show you guys this link, okay? So now what I'll have you guys do, is everyone okay with this link and how that works? Yes, okay. So now what I want you guys to do is just, you can just pull up Instagram and you can just pull up my page. They have these things, and I believe we've done them in the past, but it's like little stories on your Instagram. So there's like little buttons right here. So what I did was I just created one. And when you pull up, there's going to see a little thing that says new. So in order to make one of these accounts, you have to first put the actual photo on your story. So for example, like on my actual story, this is what I did fave. So I found a photo and I literally just, I took a photo of my superfoods and I linked my Shakeology vegan using that link that I found. So I created the link that I found. The way that you do that is, let's say I just pull up, so I take the photo. Let's say if I'm gonna, let me just let's bring up my Energize, right? Here's my photo, right? If you swipe up when you're doing your story, you just go swipe up. Everybody has this little icon that says link. Okay. So all you do is you click the link and then you copy and paste that customize URL link,
Your personalized link.
your personalized link. So you just paste it right in there, whatever it is. And then there's this little button right here that says you can click it and it says customize sticker text. So you can actually write like pre-workout or whatever you want to name it. I don't know. I just said pre-workout just to keep it, or superfoods or whatever it is. And then when you hit done, it automatically links it onto your story. And then what you want to do is you just want to post it to your story. So, okay, so here's what I did. So I literally just sat down. I had all my photos in front of me. You guys can, all my product, like a couple products, I like took a photo of it. I went and just found my link on the web thing. I swiped up and I copied my link and put it in. And then so now there's my Shakeology one. And then I did one for Energize. I don't know. I named it like best pre-workout ever. And then I did one for Last Thing. I'm like obsessed with Last Thing. And a couple other ones like Hydrate. So you don't have to do everything at once, just like some of the things that you normally really like. Okay. And then once they're on your stories, to keep them up in this little section here, like I have products, my favorite products, all you do is you just click this little plus thing and it will bring up your recent stories that you just did. So if you want to have like the name, like products, then you have to put something that says product. So I just, like that right there. So now I'm just adding it to this bubble on my page so that it's always going to be there. So I put products, I did my superfoods, I did Last Thing, collagen, Hydrate, Power Greens, hit next. And then it's going to like ask you to name it. And I just named it Fave Products. And then I just hit add. So now if you guys go to my account, it says body options. Because I have a lot of people that are like, I don't want to buy the subscription. I don't want to buy this. I actually just had a girl that was like, I can't buy the Total Solutions Pack. So then I was like, well, how about the month to month? You can try it for 14 days for free and then it'll be monthly. And so I would just send her that option. I put like the 7-day free with my link, okay. So then just go back a little bit. So I created that little thing. So if somebody went to my page, if I hit products, all of those things I just showed you are like on the same thing. So they're never going to go anywhere. So if somebody lands on my page, they can just kind of search like products. And the other one that I thought would be helpful was the body subscriptions. So I did a Total Solutions Pack with my link. I did a 7-day pass with my link. I did and then I did the month to month with my link. So then when I was talking to the girl, all I did was go to my little circle. I clicked the little button right here and I just sent it to her. Literally, I just sent it to her and I was like, these are your options. I was like, here's your option, Jenny. Like you can do this one, which is 7 days, like a 7-day pass for 1 day, or you can do the month to month. But it's so easy. So I know it just took me like a little bit of time to organize this and you can just do it, and you guys can I suggest taking a picture of the product for yourself, like with you in it, but I can send you the other ones that I don't have myself in the picture. And you just add your link to it and you add it to your thing and then you're always going to have it there. And then I've just been trying to really like share what I'm doing, like what I'm actually using, not just like posting a photo of me with my superfoods. Like I'll actually like say like, this is my superfoods or my pre-workout. And that's what I'm focusing on this week. And this is why I love it. And sometimes, I use it in the afternoon if I'm like super sluggish and my kids get off the bus, but then we have sports and I have to go longer and I don't want to have a crash. Instead of taking coffee, I would drink the Energize. Like instead of just posting a photo about me drinking it, I kind of just share the benefits of it, which I know you guys know how to do that. So, yeah.
And Annie,
Anyone have any questions about that or about how you would
question.
make those little things on your Instagram?
Yeah, I have a quick question. I see on your page it's got that little symbol of a link. On other ones,
Of a what?
where you on your storage, you got Beach Bar protein bars on the go, and then you got to click on that to open it up to buy it.
Yeah, then you click the link.
Sure, and then it says Beach Bar protein bars on the go. But in other ones I've seen, they actually have a arrow that points up. Click here. So most
Well,
people
these are so when I put this on my story, it's gonna look like this. And someone would just click the link. But I want it to like always stay because stories only last 24 hours, they disappear. So I want it to always stay on my page. So I made these things always last.
Like Annie, click on the plus sign that you were showing us at that. Like if you were gonna create a new highlight, like click on that. So dad knows like, okay, so dad, when you click on that plus sign, it's gonna show you every story you've ever posted. And you can pick which ones you want to be part of that highlight that's always going to stay on your profile, you know, because if you just posted your story, it's gone 24 hours later. But if you hit that little plus sign and add it as a highlight to your story on your profile, it stays there forever. So like if Annie, she hit that plus sign, she wants to do like an Energize highlight, she can click on a picture of her drinking Energize or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and click on
his question was, we're older, so you know, obviously all the younger people just know when they see that Beach Bar thing, they know to click it. Where like Rich Davey.
Well, what would you do if you saw this? Like if you click this Beach Bar, like what would you click this link?
See, we wouldn't because we're older. So Rich Davey put click here with an arrow up.
Oh, well, yeah, you can. I mean, that's a good idea. You can add that in.
Now we're bridging generational gaps.
Yeah. So let's say, okay. So let's
know
say,
you're supposed to.
You know, to us, like when we see that and it has the little like thing that looks like a link, a chain link, like a link to a chain.
Yeah.
We know that's a hyperlink, like to a website.
Well, I knew that was.
I told that to your father.
No, I knew that was, but I like the directions where you have an arrow pointing up. Said,
well, I mean, and if
honestly, like you know how Annie showed us where you put in, you know, the link to the whatever your personalized link is, and then you can customize what that little thing's gonna say on your story. And instead of typing this is like my pre-workout, you could say just click here. Like Annie, show them like when you
I was just creating the link. So so let's say this is the store I want to do, and it's going to be my Energize. I'm going to get a photo of me with my Energize. I'm going to swipe up, and I'm going to get the link. So I'm going to add the link, right?
Yep.
Okay, and then once the link is there, I could.
Annie, go back. Click on the link. Click on that thing. This is what I think, Dad. If he did this, he would understand. So click on the link button.
Me? Oh.
Yeah, click on that little link thing where you put in your link and customize what you want it to say.
Oh, I got what you're saying.
Where it says customize.
Yeah, you can say like click here. Watch.
Just type instead of.
If I swipe up and I did my link and I put my link in, I could customize the sticker to say click here.
There we go.
For old people.
And then then the link will actually say click here, Energize.
Annie, show them what it will look what it's gonna look like.
Hold on, I gotta get the link.
So I mean, I think most people that were born you know in 1980 or after are going to know that that's a link. Anyone born before 1980 is probably going to need it to say click here. So, you know, that's going to
so you can customize whatever you want it to say. So if all I did was say click here, Energize for that's what my link is actually going to say.
Yeah. So
when I hit done, it literally says click here, Energize. So
see, that's overkill for probably most of the people watching our stories, but not some people need that. Okay.
Yeah, that's how you can make this link say anything you want.
You never know if you're.
Dad,
getting
click
older
here.
people.
Gotcha.
Okay, we're done.
So here's so this Slay Squad, I want to get to the road to legacy recognition because that's the part I'm most excited about. But this is an important thing that they're talking about too, because I think it is important that people have the total solution, but some people, they need to get started with just something small. Like if someone, when I first started, was like, you have to buy this total solution pack, I might not have done it. But if they just said, you can just buy the workouts, then I was in, and then after I did the workouts, I was like, hey, what are these supplements that they talk about at the end of the workouts? Now I want to buy the supplements. So I think if we're only focusing on total solution packs all the time, we're missing a good portion of people that might just come in for they just need a little boost of greens in their diet. So they just need they're like, I need more green. I see this girl talking about this scoop of green she has every day. I need to snag that. And then that starts to create a ripple effect of maybe, okay, what else is she doing that's helping? I like this green thing's nice, but what's this pre-workout thing? Okay, maybe let me take a look at these workouts. What's this accountability group? So this is just like what the Slay Squad is saying. Hey, sometimes when we only teach our coaches to sell challenge packs, and that's the only thing they talk about, they're missing the mark a little bit. So, right here it's saying for this, what the Slay Squad is going to do, and they're going to share this with Team Boom, and we're going to be able to share it with all of our coaches, is every month they're going to have a product of the month. That's going to be kind of like their focus that month to really talk about and share. And that way their audience, the people that are following them, are going to see not just them talking about workouts or just Shakeology. They're going to every month see something new, so like for this particular month, they chose Power Greens to talk about. And you can see here, it says she has the link to her personalized link for Power Greens. And it says desperately in need of groceries, and I'm completely out of veggies. Thank God I have my greens that come in clutch. 2 scoops equals 1 veggie serving. Winning. Okay. You can add that part too. So, here's she is also going to share this little photo here. This is a cool little graphic that you could take a picture of and share yourself, so that you're sharing kind of a picture of yourself with it, but then also a more informational photo like this one here, if you wanted to share that. So it actually breaks down okay, this Power Greens has chlorella, spinach, cucumber, celery, kale, matcha green tea, and then some social selling phrases that you can use. It comes in clutch when I don't have fresh produce at home. It helps me get all my green containers in and hit my goal. For the people that are using the Portion Fix containers, sometimes it's hard to hit all the number of greens that you need to. I know it is for me. So when I know that, I can use this as a replacement, I don't have to physically be eating so many green vegetables. I can use the powder to just chug it back, because it's not going to taste amazing, but I just chug it. Or if I add it to my shake. So it helps me get all my green containers in. It helps me get greens in for breakfast, adding it to my shake. So who the heck wants to eat green vegetables during breakfast? Some people are crazy and do. I have no interest in eating greens during breakfast, but if I throw it in my shake, boom, there's 1 green container that I hit already for the day, and I didn't even really have to taste it. Talking points can help fill in the gaps of nutrition. It can boost your veggie servings each day. It's easy to integrate into your daily nutrition. Dark leafy greens contain healthy phytonutrients. A healthy diet with plenty of greens helps support the body's optimal acid alkaline balance. Everybody's body in this country nowadays is acidic. And because we're not getting enough greens, and the greens we are getting a lot of times aren't very nutritional because they're grown with pesticides and all that. Whereas like Darren O'Lean, he's finding greens that don't use pesticides and all that. So it's very nutritionally dense. which is going to help our bodies feel more alkaline. And we're not going to have the aches and pains and fatigue and brain fog that most people have that have a pH that's very acidic in their body, which is 99% of the population. So then you can also say a science-backed product that is third-party tested, because they third-party tested Shakeology and all the boosts. This green, and then, I use the digestive boost all the time which has like chia and flax and psyllium husk. So it has insoluble and soluble fiber to help with people's digestion and just get your gut health a lot stronger. So, I think when we're doing challenge packs, we're not talking about those things. And this is what the Slay Squad is trying to let people know. Hey, we have more to offer than just a total solution pack. We have all these other cool things. So let's focus on one product a month to really get people's eyes on it. So when they roll these out, when Slay Squad share these each month, we're going to share these with Team Boom, and you guys can share it with your team. So we can all kind of focus on one product a month. And as we do that, we can add it to our highlights in our Instagram stories. So it won't disappear in 24 hours. The Power Green highlight is always going to be there. The Energized highlight is always going to be there on your Instagram profile for people to click on your personalized link. So that's kind of the what they're calling body partners. If I can find it. Okay. So, I'm kind of, I have mixed feelings about this. Like, I think, Beachbody is like this Slay Squad has so many of the highest earning coaches in the company that whatever they say, corporate listens. So if the Slay Squad is saying we need recognition focused around cumulative earnings, not just focused on Success Club and Elite and rank, we need people to focus on cumulative earnings. Corporate's is starting to listen to that. Compliance already passed and approved this road to legacy cumulative thing.
Ooh.
If these Slay Squads coaches are saying, sometimes when we use the word coach, it turns people off because they're like, I could never be a coach. I'm just barely getting by myself. But if you start to kind of use the term body partners, some people might not be as turned off by that and say, oh, I'm partnered with this really cool company that has really cool products that I love. And if other people want to get them, they can get them through me. And I'm partnering with this company that I love, I believe in, I use the products, I know they work. I'm going to partner with them and be able to share my links and, help people get started and get them into the community. So I don't know what you guys think about it. I'm still kind of undecided on how I feel about the term, body partner versus body coach. I think I've been doing it for so long that I just kind of like the word coach, but I know that for someone who's not a coach yet, who's watching my stories, that word coach might be a little scary. Do you guys feel that sometimes, that like maybe someone who's never done this, the word coach is like keeps them from jumping in? Whereas if it was just, I'm just partnered with them and I can share my links, that might be what gets them off the fence and gets in. And then they start to take on more of the coaching aspect of the business, but they start as just kind of like a partner. Does that make sense? So, they're Beachbody corporate and like the Slay Squad, these like top earners are kind of going back and forth on, should we use the term body coach or should we use the term body partners? And they haven't made a decision on that yet. We are all entrepreneurs and we get to say whatever we want. Really, I mean, there's some rules to it, but we can call ourselves partners or we can call ourselves coaches. And we can tell our team and our new coaches, that, hey, you can be a partner and maybe that helps. So that's another little thing they talked about. But let's talk about kind of the meat of the call, which is road to legacy. So how many of you get excited that this Beachbody opportunity allows you to make money and have more financial freedom, to have more choices and less stress in your life for you and your family? how many of you like love the income side of the business, like the extra income that and the earning potential that, hey, I'm making some money, but doesn't it, it's so exciting that the potential to grow even more is exciting too. And we're kind of getting like cut out at the knees by not being allowed to talk about income, because it's one of the coolest, if not the coolest part of this whole thing, as far as being able to get less stress in people's lives and have more financial freedom, more choices. Like money is just a vehicle that affords people choices.
She's all excited.
Money's just a vehicle that affords people more choices, right? And there's not many things I'd rather give somebody than have more choices in their life, more freedom in their life, less stress in their life. And so this recognition, I think, is going to help coaches and people who aren't coaches see more of what the earning potential of this business is, instead of just them seeing Success Club, Elite, and stuff that doesn't really make sense to them. This is like, this is, for some people, it might sound like Chinese, but this is really like the bread and butter of the business. And the cool thing about this is, for a new coach, let's say you bring in someone new, and you're going to recognize them not when they hit Success Club. You're going to recognize them when they make their first $100 of income. Because not every new coach that comes in is going to hit Success Club, right? But if they keep with it, they're inevitably going to make $100 cumulative, at some point. If they sell, like a Focused Energy or an Energize, they're not going to make a ton of money. But if they sell enough of them and then they maybe throw a challenge pack in there, eventually their cumulative earnings is going to hit 100, right? And then you get to recognize them for that. Even if it takes them months to get there, you're still being able to recognize them for making $100 cumulative, no matter how long it took them to get there, versus only being able to recognize them for like Success Club. And then the month's over and they didn't hit it. And then you don't get to recognize them and they got to start all over again the next month. And they feel like they're starting from scratch. With this recognition, you never have to start from scratch. It's cumulative. You can never go backwards. You never have to start from the beginning. You're only going up. That's the coolest part about this recognition. So you get a new person in, as soon as they make $100 cumulative, which is, I'll show you how to, you can find your cumulative earnings in your coach office by going to reports,
No.
earnings and commission. So in my first business center, this is going to show me my cumulative earnings. If I click on, I think you click on view all weeks. Wait, where is it? Mom, where's the cumulative earnings on this? For some reason, I thought it was like right here. Or is it right in the home page?
Oh, you go to your main, just sign into your Coach Online office on the left.
Okay, here it is, earnings. So in my first business center, here's your total lifetime earnings. So, this is where you'll be able to have your coaches look to see what their cumulative earnings are for that business center. The other cool thing about this, and who wants to hit 2 million cumulative earnings? Anybody on the call want to get to that point eventually? See a lot of hands go up. Hopefully everybody wants to get there eventually. The only way you won't is if you just kind of give up, or you focus on the wrong things. So when a coach hits their lifetime earnings, which again, never can go backwards, and you never start from scratch, you're only going to go up. As soon as their lifetime earnings hits 100, we're going to recognize them. As soon as they hit 250, we're going to recognize them. And this is where we have to get over this hurdle. We're not allowed to say a dollar amount, right? We're not allowed to say, oh, this person made $100 cumulative. This person made $2 million cumulative. But we can use this road to legacy for our recognition. And people are going to start to understand what it means. So we can say, all right, this is the road to legacy, meaning this is the road to creating a legacy that is going to be something that you're going to be able to pass down to your family. you're building a business and an income and a wealth that is leaving a legacy long after you're gone. And this is the road to leaving that legacy. And these are the different levels. So level 1 is that first $100. Being able to recognize a new coach for that is so cool. And then when they get to 250, being able to recognize level 2 or L2, not like they're starting to kind of see that there's more to the business than just rank and Success Club. They're focused on what their cumulative lifetime earnings are. So then they start to focus on more than just, oh, I missed Success Club, I'm a failure. Oh, I lost my diamond rank, I'm a failure. It's like, no, this is the thing you should be focusing on. This is the big picture. Yes, you're going to lose rank at times. You're going to have people quit on you. You're going to miss Success Club sometimes. You're going to have bad months. But if you are focused on this, coaches aren't going to get as discouraged and feel like they're failing because they're never going backwards. They're only going forward. So level 3, when they get to 500 cumulative. And, you know, as you get up, as you get higher, it's going to take a little bit longer to go from one level to the next on the road to legacy. But initially for new coaches, they're going to be able to get there. They're going to be able to go from level to level pretty quick. You know, like it's going to be really cool to see one of your new coaches get to L5. You know, all of a sudden, maybe they've been a coach for a year and they've been struggling, but you get to recognize them when they do hit L5. They've made $1,000 cumulative. You know, I think my first year as a coach, you know, I probably maybe got to L8, I think, maybe, you know, like, but, you know, I might have thought of myself as a failure that first 12 months because I wasn't hitting Success Club and I wasn't rank advancing like I wanted to. But if I was focused on, and I had my blinders on this road to legacy, and I wasn't thinking about my losing rank and missing Success Club, and I'm focused on this, at the end of the year, I go, wow, I moved up 8 levels this year. And I can only continue to go up. I'm never going to go backwards. And, you know, it's this losing the rank and missing the Success Club after going 12 months in a row that kills these coaches' momentum because they're focused on the wrong thing instead of this. So being able to recognize them for that, awesome. You know, when they hit 5,000 cumulative, we get to recognize them for getting to level 10. Level 20, you know, here's all the different levels working your way up to level 20. You've made 50,000 cumulative, you know, and, you know, it might, once you get up to level 20, it might take a little while to go from L20 to L21, which is 60,000. So, but initially this first legacy 10, this like 1 to 10, this is what we're going to get our coaches to be focused on. Yes, we're going to teach them, you know, that rank is important, but it's not the most important thing, you know, and we're going to teach them that Success Club is a great rule of thumb and a thing to kind of focus on, but don't miss the big picture of moving up these levels as the main focus. You know what I mean? Instead of, because I've just seen too many coaches they hit 12 months of Success Club, or they hit 4 months of Success Club, or the first 3 months, and then they miss the 4th and they're like, I'm a failure. I can't do this anymore. But if they were focused on these levels, they wouldn't feel like a failure because they were moving up the whole time. They're not going backwards. So this will be a really cool thing to help our coaches get to L20 and move to this next tier of, okay, I've hit 7,500 in cumulative. I'm level 11 now on this road to legacy. How long is it going to take me to move up to level 12, to level 13? You know, there's going to be, just like life, there's going to be times in this business where your income doesn't come in as fast as you want it to. And then there's periods where it does come in faster than you thought it would. And that's just how life is. That's how this business is. So, you know, I think using this road to legacy is going to help coaches understand that, hey, like, yes, sometimes it's going to be slow, sometimes it's going to be fast, but that's just the ebbs and flows of the business. You're going to miss Success Club. You're going to drop rank. It's okay. It's part of it. But as long as you're focused on the big picture of getting through these levels, you're not going to feel as discouraged. You're not going to feel as like you're doubting yourself. You know, to get to this legacy 20, you know, 50,000, You can get there to get to this level 10, I should say, this 5,000, you can probably get there with retail sales alone, right? Just selling to customers. But if you want to create a legacy, that's going to be something that you're going to be able to leave behind after you're gone, that's generating real wealth, and you want to get up to like L20, L40, you want to get to this, L45, level 45 is 1 million cumulative. You want to get to these, past this level 10, this is going to come from building a team and developing a couple good leaders on each leg. And they don't have to be personally sponsored. The reason, my family has got into, these legacy levels of 45 and above is because, they don't just focus on Success Club and rank. Any coach that comes in, they will get on a call and do a one-on-one and talk to them about the big picture, falling in love with their own journey and finding those couple good leaders of their own. And then let's say, like that coach brings somebody in, your coach brings somebody in, right? Because they're excited and they want to move up levels and they're staying confident. They're not getting their confidence knocked out of them because they missed the Success Club or they dropped a rank. They're staying confident because they're focused on this. They have tunnel vision on this legacy. They're going to bring in more coaches, and then you spend time with them. You spend time with your coaches doing a one-on-one, and let your coach watch you do a one-on-one with them. If you don't feel comfortable doing a one-on-one with a new coach, that's fine. Have your upline do the one-on-one with your new coach, but be on that call with them to talk to them about this road to legacy, the big picture mindset, right? And until your coach feels comfortable enough to do it themselves. And then let's say your coach's coach signs a coach. You get on a call with your coach's coach and you work with them. A lot of times the biggest reason that I think I've got to, this I think they're going to have a legacy level up to 100. I just don't have that graphic. But the main reason is because when I get on team calls or I look in my team page, I look to see who's getting on calls and who's interacting in the team pages that I don't know, that aren't my personally sponsored coaches. And I know my mom does this and my sisters and my dad, like they look for the coaches that are showing up, and they also just don't wait for those coaches to show up. They reach out to their coaches and say, who are your customers that you think would make a great coach? And then they reach out and talk to those people. And when they do become a coach, they work with them and they treat them as if they were personally sponsored. That does not help your rank, right? If you help your coach sign a coach, does that help your rank necessarily? Not a lot of times, not really, especially if it's your coach's coach. That might not help your rank, but guess what? It does help your road to legacy, your income, your cumulative earnings, your level of financial freedom. So hopefully this road to legacy that we're going to roll out helps coaches start to see that. All right. Anything you want to add to that? I'm going to show you how I want to show you guys how we're going to start to be able to help recognize the coaches as they move up levels, because we can't see anybody's cumulative earnings except ourselves. We can see our lifetime earnings, but we can't see anyone in our downline.
We have to take it amongst ourselves to create that. Now, this is something.
So we're going to teach our coaches how to go to their coach office, and then on the left here, just click on earnings, right? And what they're going to do is just once they find their cumulative earnings for their business center, and then add their spouse's business center, and if they have the second business center, add that so they get the cumulative. Because a lot of times people have spouses that they're selling product through, but they're not getting the recognition for it, right? Like they're not getting Success Club if they sell through their husband's account. They're not getting elite points but that's still money. That's still income. That's still creating financial freedom. So this road to legacy, we're gonna include your spouse's income. Does that sound cool? Instead of feeling like, oh yeah, it's nice that I can have people buy through my husband's account, but I'm not getting recognition for that. We're gonna get rid of that idea, and you're gonna get recognized for the things that you do in your husband's account or your spouse's account or your whoever's account or your second business center. You're gonna get recognized for that because you're gonna take the cumulative of all the business centers you run. And here's kind of like an example of what the form is going to be, because this is going to be an optional thing. Like, we can't recognize everybody. We can't go in and find everyone's lifetime earnings. It's going to be up to the individual coaches to input their cumulative earnings into this Google Doc so that we can recognize them. So if they don't want to be recognized, that they don't have to put anything into the Google Doc. If they want to be recognized, then they just get their cumulative, enter it into here, and they're going to be recognized. And it's something that we can, do you can do it every week. You can do it once a month. The cumulative earnings are going to increase every month. They might every week, every month. So
Pat, what you could do is, because a lot of people aren't going to change rank or level. So you get everybody's initial, like how they did at that Rockstar, and then put all the people on the bottom, and then it'll just be the newer coaches that'll constantly get that new recognition. So they should be submitting it every week or whenever their level changes, I guess.
Yeah. So here's like an example kind of like some coaches that had new advancements, like this coach here, Tara, went from level 11 to level 12. But it's also still recognizing all these like coaches, like, L71, whoever that is, has made over $2 million, right? So they're recognizing everybody, everyone that's legacy 10, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, they're all being recognized, all the veterans. But the people that are these new rank advancements, they get their picture, they get recognized for jumping up a level. So like this Lindsay Reese, it might take her a long time to get from level 71 to level 72, but she's always going to be on the recognition. Her L71 is going to keep showing up, and people are going to be like, dang, like, she's legit. She's like made over $2-3 million. And then when she hits L72, she finally gets to that next level. Her picture is going to be shown up top as a new advancement, right? So the gray are people that they haven't gone up a level yet, but you still get to see what level they're at, which is cool every week. And then you really highlight the ones that jumped the level that week. Does that make sense? And then you can also do individual recognition too. Like we'll have the board that shows everybody every week, but then we're also going to want to do a spotlight for the coach that jumped, let's say L1. They made their first $100 cumulative. Let's make a photo for them just for L1, right? They'll show up on the big board for L1, but then they'll also have their own personal for L1. So this to me is recognition that is focusing on helping coaches focus on the bigger picture. Whereas if we're only recognizing Success Club, we're missing that big picture, that cumulative earnings, which comes from, building a team, the team volume aspect. I think as people start to focus on this recognition and these levels, they're going to be more interested in learning how to create more team volume so they can jump from level to level faster. They're not going to just be stuck on focusing on a Success Club only. Because if you want to jump from, L20 up to L40 and 50, you're going to have to do more than just hit Success Club every month. And I think I love Success Club. I think it's a great thing for people to focus on that. But if it's the only thing they focus on, that's where I think we're missing the mark. And I think this road to legacy is going to help bridge that gap. It's going to help them start to focus on not just the Success Club and the rank, but the bigger picture. So, we'll send out like a Google Doc, and anybody that's in the downline can add their name to it, you know, and I'll have the you know, all the information, and I can start to kind of create you know, recognition for the all of Team Boom. You know, this is something that you guys don't necessarily have to do with just your downline. I think it would be cool if you decided to, you know, if you wanted to do it just for your downline and start recognizing just the coaches in your downline. I think that would be awesome, but they'll also be recognized in the big Team Boom as well, if you want them to, if they want to. It's up to you, and it's up to them to decide if they want to be a part of this recognition, and they just do that by filling out the Google form or not. So this is kind of an example of what that's going to look like, and then I showed you what the Google form's kind of going to look like. Okay, let's talk compliance. No dollar amounts. So either a specific number or a range you may ever be provided. This is where we kind of got our legs cut out from us, because, you know, it used to be so nice to be able to talk about, hey, like Million Club. Can't even say Million Club anymore. You know, it's called Legacy Club. You can't say I made $100 cumulative. You can't say I've made $50,000 cumulative, but you can recognize coaches for, you know, hitting those levels that correspond to that dollar amount. You know, like for if someone makes 50,000 cumulative, you can recognize them for that by saying they hit this level on the road to legacy. So you get to talk about the cumulative earnings without actually talking about specific dollar amounts. It's like a little loophole, which I think is so smart. What you can